video deals with the support and movement related questions and answers. So let's get started. Question number 1 is, what is the importance of collenchyma and sclerenchyma for plants? Students, both are supporting tissues. They both are supporting tissues. Sclerenchyma cells have thick secondary walls which are impregnated with lignin. And lignin, it is a compound that makes it tough and hard. Their primary function is to provide support. Now let's see collenchyma. They are elongated cells with non-lignified, thick primary cell walls, and they provide support to young herbaceous parts of the plant. Collenchyma cells are elastic, which elongate with the growth of stems and leaves. Question number 2 is define turgor pressure and describe its importance. Students, the hydrostatic pressure, that is the water pressure, exerted by protoplast of a cell against the cell wall is called turgor pressure. The cells of epidermis, cortex, and pith take in water by osmosis. You know very well that osmosis is the uptake of water from higher concentration to lower concentration. It produces turgor pressure. It keeps the plant rigid and prevents it from wilting. Now question number 3 is define tonoplast and what is the importance of vacuole in plants. Students, the membrane that bounds the vacuole is called tonoplast. So the vacuole membrane is called the tonoplast. Due to active transport, you must know that it is the transport from lower concentration to higher concentration. So you must know that it needs energy. So due to active transport system in the tonoplast, ions are pumped into the vacuole despite the higher concentration than the extracellular fluid. So that is why water enters the vacuole and provides turgidity. Question number 4 is how fibers, sclerides, and vessels are different from each other. There are 3 types of sclerenchymatous cells. Fibers, which are known as tracheids also, sclerides, and vessels, which are also known as trachea. Now fibers are long and cylindrical cells, whereas sclerides are shorter than fibers, and vessels, they are long tubular cells. And fibers, they exist as solid bundles in xylem, and sclerides, they are found in seed coats and nutshells and provide protection. And vessels, they join end to end to form long water conducting pipes in xylem. Question number 5 is differentiate between primary growth and secondary growth. First of all, you should know what a meristematic cell is. Meristematic cells are undifferentiated cells found in zones of the plant where growth can take place. Meristematic cells give rise to various organs of a plant. Primary growth, students, is the increase in the length of the shoot and the root. On the other hand, secondary growth is the increase in the thickness of the plant. Primary growth, it is the result of the cell division in the apical meristem, that is at the tip, whereas the secondary growth is characterized by the cell division in the lateral meristem, that is on the sides. Now question number 6 is what is hardwood and what is sapwood? Students, a cylinder effectively dividing cells between primary xylem and primary phloem is called vascular cambium. I repeat that the vascular cambium is a cylinder of actively dividing cells between primary xylem and primary phloem. Tissues of xylem derived from the inner surface of vascular cambium is the secondary xylem. Now the inner non-functional part of the secondary xylem is called the hardwood. The inner non-functional part. A variety of compounds accumulate here, for example, resin, oil, gums, and tannins. These provide decay resistance and insect attack. The outer functional part of the secondary xylem is called the sapwood. The inner non-functional is the hardwood and the outer functional part of the secondary xylem is called the sapwood. As trees grow older, the conduction of water and solutes become limited by secondary xylem. So only few annual rings are active in conduction to the outer younger portion. This active portion is sapwood. I hope it's clear up till now. Question number 7 is what is callus? What is callus? Students, the meristem which lies below the epidermis is known as cambium. It's known as cambium, and cambium form callus or wood tissues over the wound. Soft parenchymatous tissues are rapidly formed on the damaged surface of stem and roots. Callus' important function is to unite the branches during budding or grafting. And you know that budding, it is the production of a new organism from an outgrowth due to the cell division. In grafting, it is the insertion of a new twig or a shoot into the plant. So the function of callus is to unite the branches during budding or grafting. Question number 8 is, how does phototactic movement differ from phototropic movement? So first of all, you should know what tactic movement is. It's the unidirectional movement by the whole organism. I repeat, the unidirectional movement by the whole organism that changes its physical position from one place to another in response to the external stimulus. This is known as tactic movement. As you can see in the diagram, this is a chlamydomonas and it shows tactic movement. Students, tropic. It is derived from a Greek word tropos. It means turning. So the movement in curvature of whole organ towards or away from the stimulus is the tropic movement. It's not the movement of the whole organism, it's the movement of any part or organ. Now the locomotory movement that occurs in response to the stimulus of external light is phototactic movement. The best example of positive phototactic movement is the passive movement of chloroplast due to cyclosis. And cyclosis, it is a movement of protoplasm within the cell. You can remember it with photo. Photo means light, photons, the packets of small energy. So phototactic, it is the movement that occurs in response to the stimulus of light. This helps the chloroplast to absorb maximum light for carbon dioxide fixation. Now let's see phototropic movement. The movement of part of an organism in response to the stimulus of light is phototropism. Plant stem show positive phototropism and root show negative phototropism. Positive means towards the stimulus and negative means away from the stimulus. Question number 9 is differentiate between epinasty and hyponasty. Students, you can remember it like epinasty, the movement in which there is more growth on the upper side. Epi and upper, they both are rhymic. So you can remember it, there is more growth on the upper side of an organ, it causes the organ to bend downward. On the other hand, hyponasty is the movement in which there is more rapid growth on the lower side. It results in curvature of the organ towards the upper side. So epinasty, more growth on the upper side, and hyponasty, more growth on the lower side. Epinasty is shown by leaves and petals and leads to the opening of bud, whereas hyponasty, if the growth is hyponastic, the bud will remain closed. As diagrammatically, on the left side, you can see that it is hyponasty, and on the right side, it is epinasty. The leaves are downwards, more growth is on the upper side. In the case of hyponasty, more growth is on the lower side. Question number 10 is define hydrotropism and geotropism. Students, you know hydro means water and geo means earth. The movement of plant organs in response to stimulus of water is hydrotropism, and the example is the growth of plant roots towards water. So it's very easy. On the other hand, the movement of plant organs in response to the force of gravity is geotropism. And you know, roots show positive geotropism as they are growing towards gravity, and shoots show negative geotropism as they are growing away from the gravity. I hope this video was helpful. If you like this video, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Wishing you all the best.